Okay, here we go. Can you see this bike? This ratty old KLR. Terrible looking machine, but it's the one we're taking. And it's actually a pretty nice bike. And we're off like a herd of turtles. With the speed limit because I don't want to get harassed today. There we go. It's a beautiful day today. Again. I'm not wearing shorts today, I'm actually wearing long pants. It's like a growing up. Oh, somebody's moving. Already moved? Moving in? No. It must be moving. Got the house up for sale. Moving to better climes. Either they found a better house or they're moving for economic purposes. It isn't too bad. Feels like my shoulder blade is broken, but other than that, it's not bad at all. Exact Tax. Exact Tax is open. I think we'll turn down here. Turn in front of a bunch of other people, we'll just turn here, like that. There, if I give myself a little time to move up, it doesn't hurt so bad. Ooh, there's a car right behind me. Go ahead. Alright. Did you hear that truck that was behind me? Man, that was a roaring machine. Even louder than this thing. This thing's got a bark. East County greenhouses. I'd love to have a greenhouse that big. I don't know what I do with it. I'd have to work, but it still would be nice. Grow some tomatoes, grow some veggies. Those greenhouses are getting pretty defunct now. Look at this, homes for sale. Alright. There we have it. Isn't this nice? Beautiful day. Oh, we should pay attention to where we're going, I guess. Right away, I forget it. Holy shit. I'm doing going that bloody fast. 110 kilometers an hour. Speaking of speed, I'm just like 80 or something. Looks like I'm not the only one out going for a nice ride. Last time I come out this way, it was exactly opposite. I was coming into town, and this KLR was coming out. That's not a KLR. I don't know what that was. A Sportster, by the looks of it. Or it might have been a Honda. It was a small Sportster. Too small. Well, don't know what to talk about today. I was listening to this program called Mclvaneys Weekly Report. It's kind of on the economy. Had this guy on. Everything I've been reading for the past bunch of years has always been talking about the gold standard and how the gold is increasing right. The economy is in such crappy shape is that there is no bottom to it. There's no basis to this fiat money system. They can just print as much money as they want. They don't have to back it with anything. Unlike the gold standard, which for the many eons of man was the standard for the money. The people who had the gold had the money. We're the richest country in the world. Spain became the richest country in the world at one time because it stole all the wealth from South America. Then the British served them right because the British stole it off of them. Countries back then, they used to actually invade other countries for profit back then. They don't do that anymore. Now they just invade it for who knows what. It almost seems like they invaded to keep the manufacturers who make weapons going. Invade different countries. And oil. The energy of the world. Oil's gonna end pretty soon. Oh, look at that squirrel. Look at him go. Almost got him. Anyway. This guy on Mclvaneys, unlike most people I've been reading, he actually said that gold follows the money. That money doesn't follow gold. Kind of a strange idea. He was saying that the reason gold's gone up this past summer is because it's been tracking the price of the dollar. The dollar's been going up. But I don't know, he had some pretty weird ideas, I think. I think he's expecting the U.S. economy to turn around and go floating back up to where it was again. I think, where did he get that idea from? He hasn't been paying any attention. Doesn't he realize that the U.S. monetary system is so corrupted? Well, I'm only a minor investor. But I wouldn't invest in China because it's a communist country. I wouldn't invest in Russia because it's a corrupt country. I wouldn't invest in India because it's a corrupt country. I wouldn't invest in the U.S. because it is a corrupt country, which is the exact opposite of the way I believed when I was growing up. The U.S. always wore the white hats, everybody else wore the black hats. But the U.S. has become like Mordor. It's becoming the bad guy in the world. More and more countries are hating it. And unlike 9/11, people who say that they did 9/11 because they hate the U.S. freedoms, they don't have to look very far to see that the U.S. isn't really that free. Most of the freedom is in the people's heads. Their Constitution, wonderful Constitution, the U.S. Constitution. If the U.S. government followed the U.S. Constitution, it'd be a wonderful country still. But they don't. just do whatever they like to do. Anyway, that was the guy's basic premise, the Mclvaneys thing, and I got to thinking about it. I thought the only fault with his reasoning actually was the fact that the U.S. isn't an upright system. It isn't the kind of system where you expect things to get better. Things are getting worse, and they're going to continue to get worse because, oh, look at this corner here. Look at that nice corner. Man, this thing handles good. You expect the U.S. to be good, but they're not, unfortunately. Wish they were. Maybe you got the idea. I live here in Canada. I do. I worry about Mordor. I hear that the maybe future president Romney is talking about energy self-sufficiency, but I seem to remember Clinton going on that same thing. And Bush. Energy actually Reagan was going on about energy self-sufficiency. They haven't achieved it yet. They never will. Because there isn't enough energy in this world to supply both the US needs and China's future needs. And Britain's needs. I suppose the free market, if they ever had a free market, would make energy self-sufficient. Let's go to the river road, just for interest's sake. Oh, it's a pretty day, eh? Anyway, I'm starting to ramble on here about the U.S. economy and also Mitt Romney. Anyway, Mclvaneys weekly report. Usually I really like his reports. Today I didn't like it at all. That's because I think even Mclvaney, he was being very quiet. He was just sitting back and listening to the guy, making very few comments. And I'm sure the reason why was because I'm sure he didn't agree with what the guy was saying. I can't imagine him agreeing with some of the things he was saying. Anyway, that's about Mclvaneys anyway. I think I'll turn this off.